So moving on, question number 6 has come in here from Archie. Again, quite a long one, so I just want to run through this for you. Thanks for the question here, Archie. So it says, my elderly 93-year-old mother was cold called by a prominent local estate agent, which resulted in a visit to her to value her property the next evening. Neighbours said he was there for nearly 3 hours. I had no idea it happened until I visited her 2 days later. And by that time, she had signed a contract to sell. From what she said, she felt pressured into doing it, as he had said she should be living in a single-story property or a nursing home and let her family enjoy the house. I called the agency to complain, but the person said the agent who dealt with her will not be back in until tomorrow. The property is already showing on Rightmove. The contract is very long, and my mother has signed it. The fee is 2%, which works out at about 19,000 in fees. How are agents even charging this much and getting away with it? This kind of scam in the first place. They have preyed on a vulnerable person. I'm her only child, but I suffer with ill health. I'm 77 and I can't deal with this stress, so would be grateful of any advice as to how we can get out of this contract. It's a shame that agents are not regulated like, say, solicitors. I also wonder what my old friends in the trade, I'm an ex-journalist, would think of this shambles. I have a good mind to call them up and make a fuss about it. Wow. Okay, Archie, sorry to hear that your mother's been put in that position, and it certainly reads as a very shocking story, if I'm honest. So again, apologies that she's had to go through that. Now, if I was in your situation, I would certainly, first of all, you've already made contact with the agency, which is great, but I would definitely be on them like a ton of bricks with this one, because I'm going by what you've said, and as I say, it certainly sounds shocking. I haven't got the agent side of the story. It may be that it was agreed to and all the rest of it. I don't know, but 3 hours on a valuation is quite a long time, and maybe there was some pressure tactics in there to secure a good home for sale. I don't know, but the point I'm trying to make is, you want to get in contact with the agent, and you certainly want to ask for a copy of their internal complaints procedure. You want to be taking the property off the market, issue formal instructions to do that. And there shouldn't be any issues with doing this, because consumer regulations usually govern that there's a 14-day cooling off period when you're signing any contract, where you can kind of change your mind and not have to suffer any penalties or any other sort of adverse consequences as a result of the situation that you've been put into. And it's to stop this kind of high pressure selling. I'm not saying that's what went on here, but it sounds it from what you said. All right, so that would be a way to get the property off the market, cancel the contract within that cooling off period, and then maybe make a complaint. There might be a complete misunderstanding. I don't know. And it's worth just exploring that with the agency. Is it a genuine mistake? If so, if they're a decent agency, they'll probably rip up the contract, take the property off Rightmove and off the market, and they'll say no more, or they'll just say, look, if, as and when you're ready, come back to us and we'll, list the property and we'll sell it. There won't be a problem. If it's a bit more serious, it might be that you have to escalate the complaint. If you've exhausted the internal complaints procedure with the agency and they haven't given you a proper answer, or they're refusing to take the property off the market, which would be kind of unheard of, but I just don't know, because ultimately their client is your mother, okay, because she's the one who signed the contract. So it may well be that she's got to, unfortunately, embrace that uncomfortable process of making that phone call or sending them an email or something of that nature, or writing them a letter to say, this is the situation, I'm not comfortable, the property needs to be taken off the market, and all the rest of it. If you've exhausted that internal complaints procedure and it doesn't go ahead, then it might be that you have to go down the property ombudsman scheme or the property redress scheme and make a formal complaint down that road. It's a little bit more tricky. If they are this kind of prominent local estate agent, as you refer to, hopefully they would fall under the property ombudsman scheme, which will give you a little bit more leverage in terms of getting the complaint resolved as quickly as possible. And just as some quick stats for you, as I understand, the property ombudsman scheme, which covers 95% of sales agents, resolved 5,122 formal complaints through the Ombudsman Service about estate agents in 2020. And of those cases resolved, it supported about 65% of complaints. Okay, now they do have the power to make some awards. The awards that were made during the course of complaints during 2020 was quite small. Okay, the average was about £653, but they can make grants up to 20. Sorry, they can grant costs or shall we say compensation up to about £25,000 in value. So hopefully you won't have to go down that road, Archie. Hopefully it'll be a quick, straightforward, sorry, there was a misunderstanding, whatever it might be, tear the contract up, take the property off the market, shouldn't be an issue. But if it is, it's the property ombudsman scheme or the property redress scheme that you need to go down if their internal complaints procedure doesn't resolve the issue. Okay, that would definitely be the way to approach it. But before I wrap up on that one, I do just want to say, and at the risk of sounding a little bit disingenuous here, maybe there is an argument to look at there with the property and see whether or not it is the right property for her to be living in at that age, or whether or not there is a situation where it might suit you guys to be closer together because of the age and the ill health that you've outlined in the message. That might be an opportunity to explore. I'm just trying to give you some pointers here, Archie. I'm not trying to force you down one road or force you down into the hands of this estate agent and their practice, whatever. That's not what I'm trying to do. But think about it. This event might have happened in order to force a conversation and allow you to think about what might actually be the right way forward and to handle this. Is there an inheritance issue that might need to be taken care of with the property? I don't know the property's value. You've hinted at it that there's 2% fees, about 19,000. So yeah, there could be some opportunity for you to think about the property value, inheritance tax planning, all of that sort of thing might come into play. You may have siblings. I don't know. Oh, so you don't. Sorry, you said you're an only child. So there's no issues there as far as the estate going to other people, perhaps, unless there's other beneficiaries in your mother's will. And unfortunately, this is a conversation that none of us like to have, because none of us like to think about, passing on or moving on from this realm. But it is definitely an opportunity to explore what may happen and how things go in the future, and where you are in your life, and whether or not you have children that you want to bequeath the benefits of your estate, which may substantially be enhanced with your mother's passing. That may also be something that you need to think about. Do I then, there is a technique called grandfathering, which people may use with their planning. So rather than pass the assets from your mother to yourself, Archie, she may well pass it from her to your children, which would mean there would be only one taxable event rather than potentially two taxable events as far as inheritance tax is concerned. So I'm just giving you a couple of options to explore with a professional tax advisor there. Kick this one around a little bit. It might be, as I say, that this event has prompted the conversation, and it might lead you towards getting a few things resolved and tidied up that you might not have thought about. Okay, so hope that helps, Archie. Thanks so much for the question. Good luck with getting that resolved. Anything we can do to help, obviously just let us know, reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you. All right. So that's the end of today's webinar, guys. Thank you so much indeed for tuning in. I'm sorry, it's coming up for I think it's like gone midnight now, half 12 at night or something. And as I say, we're due to travel tomorrow, so need to go and get some rest in. But thank you so much for being here, for tuning in. If you got value from anything that we've explored here today, guys, any of the questions that we've outlined, please do share this on social media with your friends and family, and do invite them to submit questions or tune into future episodes of Get Your Property Questions Answered webinars and podcasts. We'd love to have them come and join us and to submit their questions and get some support in their journey. Feel free to also go to our website, which is WiggyWam.co.uk, and have an explore on there, because we've built in a number of really cool resources for people that are looking to move house, or for businesses that are looking to grow in the current uncertain economic times. There's something amazing that we've got planned, which is coming out very, very soon. I'm so excited about it. I'm really struggling to keep my mouth shut about it, but it'll have to wait because we've, it's not quite ready to be unveiled at this moment in time, but do please keep in contact and in tune with us. If you like the idea of making money from helping other people and putting valuable products and services out into the marketplace, then we'd love to hear from you as well, because we can do some amazing things together. So thanks again for tuning in. Any questions or comments or feedback that you'd like to send through to us, you can send that through to happytohelp@wiggywam.co.uk. That's happytohelp@wiggywam.co.uk. You can also submit questions, comments, feedback on our website, which is wiggywam.co.uk, and also on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is wiggywam_UK. All right, you guys, thanks so much indeed again, and look forward to seeing you on another webinar in the not too distant future. All right, you take care. Thanks. Bye.